Well, there's one thing I think about a lot is how when we all start, we're not that good.
Hmm.
And everybody says, get it right the first time because it's hard to fix. Well, there is no getting it right the first time.
No
You
way.
get it. Just like when you learn how to talk, you ask for a cookie, and eventually you learn how to say cookie,
Right, right.
but you
Sure.
still,
Yeah, yeah,
but you still get one.
yeah.
And so the same thing is true of the guitar. I remember when I started, I think I could play C, and some things like that. Uh, and you watch us all. We all start like this. If you miss the train I'm on.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Stop. Look at the chord. Yes, yes.
And so what has to, you're worried about the guitar playing more than you are the music.
Yeah.
I find what happens is almost all of us shrink that time, but it never goes
Mm,
away. So our
okay.
timing is always a little kind of influenced by our beginning years. So what I would say is to go back in and sing along with yourself.
Mm,
And if you find that there's a gap like that, like in this case, when I go from a C to an A minor, I look to see what is each finger doing. Well, it turns out that finger doesn't go anywhere. Where am I in the picture here? I'm not okay. Here we go. So that finger doesn't go anywhere. This one doesn't go anywhere. This
right.
moves over and makes that note. So you don't want to let go of everything. You want to
Sure.
move like this,
Yep.
and it should almost look like you're not doing anything. And when you're not having to sling that much meat around, it's easier to kind of go from one thing to the next. And you could even say, if you miss the train I'm on, you
Yeah.
will know. And what I'm doing is I'm not even pressing the strings. I'm just arriving and staying loose.
I
And
love that. You're
what I'm
just
trying to do,
arriving.
yes. So, and now the thing is, I'm trying to be the beginner I would have been if I'd already been an excellent player. So making sure all my foundations are solid. And as soon as I can
Yes.
do that, I look at everything else, and all my playing benefits from me doing, things like that. I think the other thing I would say is anything, there's something about like on a guitar. Here's an E. Here's an E. Here's another one up here. So everything's on here more than once. So
Right.
if you learn to do something, look for another place to do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Start unraveling the mystery of how everything is laid out. So if you can play this, the same three notes, three different places, each one with
Okay.
a little different character, but you've
Right.
also learned kind of, oh, that one here, that's part of this chord we all play, the ugly bar chord that,
Yeah.
So I think that one is a good one. And then what I was just doing, I'm not like a great singer. Nobody's going to offer me a record deal, but I love to sing. And when I sing, I breathe and I phrase because I'm a human. So if
Yeah.
I do that, then my guitar playing starts sounding more and more like singing. And this is something that everybody can do at every
Mm,
level. The sooner you
yes.
start thinking like breathing and phrasing, the better you'll be, and the more you'll grow as a player too. If I'm working on something I haven't played before, there's likely to be a move that I'm not good at doing. So I go back and say, okay, what finger is here? I was doing, well, when I played a little bit of entertainer. See, so yes, you're right. It's piano. And a matter of fact, what I had was the easy big note, how to play the soundtrack of the Sting, you know.
Okay.
And I'm moving things over like up 2 frets. And what I realized is we know how to play D chords. Some of us play it this way or this
Yep.
way.
Yep.
I also play it this way because
Okay.
I got this finger free to do other stuff. So if I do this, I realize that my pinky being down. Now, at one point or another, I've moved through every finger that's a part of a D chord, but I'm not squeezing the whole D chord. I'm doing one finger.
Oh, I see what yeah.
And now the pinky's been there almost the whole time. So it's a little
Right.
piece of the D chord, but I've learned to take it apart and put it back together so that I'm never, not ever using an unnecessary finger. Because what I wanted to
I
sound da
see.
da 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 da, want
Yes.
that kind of singing, dancing feel. So I do that a lot. I want to know where each finger is going. There's also in the classical world, there's one where and I'm going up to the seventh fret, and if I just pick up each finger and put it down,
Yes.
what I find out is this finger barely comes up.
Yep.
This ring finger, pinky, index is the one that's really free, but that one just almost doesn't go. So
Yep.
what if you taught the other fingers to move like the ring finger, just to barely clear?
Ah,
So I'm avoiding this, you know.
yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
never going back to ground zero. I'm always moving like this. One of the things I've found is that your ring finger is the least informed. So I taught my ring finger and my middle finger to move like a team. Middle
Oh,
finger, good, right?
okay.
So we just play two notes with those two fingers. And if they're
Okay.
working together like that,
Yeah.
what happens is your ring finger eventually learns what your middle finger knows. And it can do that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes.
That's ring all by itself. Middle finger.
I see.
And what you want them to feel the same and sound the same. So you can always call on any finger. Think about assigning a melody to this finger.
Okay.
And
That's
then,
interesting. I like
so,
that.
what, here's the thing. So here's how melodies sound. Ring finger. Here's how bass lines sound. And then the chords sound like this. So for instance, if I made this is like a C major 7 chord. That's either a jazz chord or a James Taylor chord, depending on, your inclination.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my ring finger as if it's a melody. And I'm going to
Okay.
play my thumb as if it's a bass note. And then I'm going to play these. And what I'm doing is I'm stopping the string right after I play it.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Now I can talk and play it at the same time. No. So what I'm kind of doing is giving the feeling that it's a little band. Now Chet would do that by making his thumb keep time like this, which is like the polka sound on an accordion.
Right.
The first time you try and make your thumb do one thing and your fingers do something else, you can't.
Mm. Yes.
So here's a starting place I've found, because there's somebody out there saying, wait, we don't want to do that. So here you go. Here's a G chord, right? Here's the part of a G chord you need to play the bass. All the rest of
Right.
these fingers will play a melody. All I did was play the scale and hang on with my finger. Now what I'm going to do is make my thumb go 6th string, 4th string. And now I'm going to play notes with my fingers. I'll play, here's a G and here's an A. Did you notice that I could sing that A before I played it? I think I've taught myself what things sound like. B, back down, 2 B's, 2 A's, an A and a B. And I'm trying to keep this going while I do little snippets. And probably the one to try first is, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? And then you risk your life. Da 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 da.
I was going to say, okay, where's he going with that?
So what I would do in the beginning, I would say, don't try to play the whole thing. Maybe you do this. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, Brother John. Now I'm going to sing, morning bells are ringing. See, my thumb is keeping time, but my voice has got the rhythm of the melody.
Yes. Yes.
I play with my thumbnail. If you play,
Thumbnail. Okay.
play with a thumb pick, what you'll end up doing is turning your hand this way, because the pick is coming out of your thumb on the side, right?
Sure.
With your thumbnail, you raise up like that. So
Ah.
thumbnail, like
And so you prefer
that's the way.
that.
So what it is when I studied the classic guitar, I found out how many colors I could get out of my thumb.
Colors. Okay.
And so it just more voices. And again, for having grown up listening to orchestra music, it's like a little chamber group, you know. So
Nice.
I just made that up, incidentally.
Oh, see, hey, we're on the cutting
I
edge
spent
of.
a lot of time trying to see if I can just play something. And up here, I heard it, so I'm trying to tap into being able to play my imagination. Now, what happens if I can't? Well, I just can't. That's all. You know.
Hi, if you enjoyed this video, then you're going to love John's entire interview. You can listen at the link down below. And you may want to look at the other videos here on my YouTube channel. And as I like to say, play on.